Well, hi, tell me this. Where do you have the most absurd things getting the most logical explanations? That's right, in brain teasers. I challenge you to give answers to all the riddles I prepared for you today. Are you confident of your intellectual abilities? Then check your answers at the end of the video. 1. Let's start easy. You throw a ball as hard as you can. It doesn't bounce off anything, and there's nobody else there but you. Yet the ball still comes straight back into your hands. How can this be? You have 10 seconds to give an answer. If you throw the ball straight up, it'll eventually fall back down. Number 2. Warmed up yet? Then let's get serious. A man is sitting in his cabin in New York. A few hours later, he walks out of this same cabin in Dallas. How is this possible? Your 10 seconds start now. The man is a pilot sitting in an airplane cabin. Did you think he was carried away by a hurricane? I did. 3. A cow is tied with a 10-foot rope. There's a bale of hay 50 feet away from it, but the animal still easily goes and eats it. How does it do that? 10 seconds to decide. The rope is only tied to the cow and nothing else, so it's free to roam anywhere it pleases. Number 4. A person leaves home and makes 3 left turns. Then he or she runs back home and meets 2 people wearing masks. Who are they? Can you give an answer in 10 seconds? The person is a baseball player, and the 2 masked people are a catcher and an umpire. 5. If a sundial has the least moving parts of any timepiece, then which one has the most? A simple question, really, so here's your 10 seconds. And the answer is an hourglass. It has thousands of grains of sand. 6. Parents have 5 sons, and each son has a sister. How many children do they have? Countdown from 10 started. They have 6 children, 5 sons and 1 daughter. 7. There are only 2 barbers in town. One has a neatly cut hair and a clean workplace, while the other's hair is wild and his salon is pretty dirty. Which one should you choose to give you a haircut? Your 10 seconds, please. Choose the second barber. If there are only 2 of them in town, they might just give haircuts to each other. Also, the mess in the second one's workplace might mean he's too busy serving customers to clean up. 8. 2 trains are crossing a bridge at the same speed and at the same time. One of them, though, finishes crossing it much later than the first. Why? 10 seconds to think. The train that took longer to cross had more cars attached to it. 9. Why are 1990 pennies worth more than 1989 pennies? 10 seconds as always. Well, for the same reason why 10 pennies are worth more than 9. These are not years, but the number of pennies. Okay. Number 10. There's a carrot, a scarf, and several pieces of coal randomly lying around a lawn. Nobody put them there on purpose. So how have they ended up there? Tick-tock, tick-tock. Somebody made a snowman that melted, leaving all these things behind. Number 11. A horse was walking all day long. At the end of the day, it turned out that 2 of her legs made 31 miles, while the other 2 only made 30 miles. How is this possible? Tick-tock. The horse had been walking in circles, so its 2 inner legs made a shorter distance than the 2 outer ones. Number 12. Mr. Jenkins doesn't have any superpowers, but he can predict the score of any football match before it begins. How? Will 10 seconds be enough for you this time? In fact, you could do that kind of prediction as well. The score of any football match before it begins is 0-0. Number 13. A man walks into a restaurant and the waiter, seeing him for the first time in his life, says, "Good afternoon, General." How did he know the man was a general? Guess in 10 seconds. The man was simply wearing his uniform. Ah, that was easy. Number 14. Guess the next 3 letters in a sequence. GTNTL. The clock is ticking. IAS. The sequence is made of the first letters of the sentence. 15. How many times can you subtract 2 from 50? Here's your 10 seconds. Only once. After that, you'd be subtracting from 48. 16. Jack is talking to his lawyer in jail. They have just lost the case and are both upset. After the talk, Jack leaves the jail and goes home. How is this possible? Find the answer in 10 seconds. The lawyer was the one in jail, while Jack visited him there. It's not always the other way around. 17. Now, this is a longer one. A king had 2 twin sons and couldn't decide which of them to make his heir. Finally, he told them that he would leave his kingdom to the one whose horse rides into the capital last. The brothers wandered outside the city for days until they met a wise hermit and asked for his advice. He told them something, after which they jumped on the horses and rode as fast as they could to the city. What did the wise man say? Think about it. The hermit was wise indeed, because he told them to switch their horses. Number 18. A man lives on the 15th floor. Every morning he uses the elevator to go down from his floor, but when he comes back in the evening, he only rides to the 11th and then takes the stairs unless it's raining or there are other people in the elevator. Why does he walk those 4 floors? You have 10 seconds to decide. The man is very short, and unless he can ask others to press the button for him or use his umbrella for the purpose, he just can't reach the button he needs. 19. You're walking along the street alone. There are no stars or the moon in the sky. The street lamps aren't working, you don't have any source of light on you, and there's nobody around. A silent black cat tries to cross your path, but somehow you notice it and turn around to avoid bad luck. How did you spot it? They're getting tougher by the end, aren't they? This all happened during a cloudy day. After all, the sun's also a star. 20. The final one. How can you fall out of a window of a 30-story building and get up with hardly a scratch if there's no rescue team holding a net for you and nobody else is going to help you? The famous 10 seconds. If you fall out of the first floor window, you just might get a little bruised. And a bonus question for those who haven't had enough. There are 3 doors. So, have you managed to solve all my brain teasers? If not, don't worry too much about it. They're just riddles after all, and you can always train your brain to become more flexible. So, what's your result? Let's see. If you gave from 0 to 7 correct answers, I've got some bad news for you. You're pretty poor at solving unconventional situations. Try thinking outside the box and finding unusual solutions to different problems. It'll help you out in real life too, especially when it comes to business. If you got 8 to 14 answers right, good for you! You have pretty solid logical skills and are capable of lateral thinking. You're probably a person with a sturdy mindset who is able to both follow the rules and suggest creative ideas. The golden mean is clearly about you, and that's not a bad thing at all. But if you still would like to improve your thinking skills, feel free to do so. Finally, if you got from 15 to 20 correct answers, you're pretty much a lateral genius. You see any situation from different sides and find extraordinary solutions to any kind of problems. You're also probably a good leader, and people love following you because it's always exciting to see what comes to your mind next. Well done! But you won't stop at this, will you, eh? So, how many have you done correctly? Share your results in the comments. Hey, if you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share it with a friend. But hey, don't go back into your cabin just yet. We have over 2,000 cool videos for you to check out. Just click on this left or right video and enjoy. Stay on the bright side of life.